When I started this series, it wasn't just for you, it was for me too. Because I know what it's like to carry the same trading tension day after day, and I also know what it's like to finally see there is another way. A way to train not just your mind, but your whole system. That's what this series has been about. Rewiring from the inside so the shifts don't have to be forced, they start showing up on their own. Episode 5 was all about building risk capacity from the inside out, and today we are going even deeper into the wiring itself. This is not about more discipline or motivation like I usually say. This is about interrupting and retraining the patterns so the changes stick. Because when it happens at the body level, it lasts. I've been reflecting on how the body holds on to certain memories, and it clicked for me in the most unexpected way. Everyone close to me knows this already. I've been nursing this dull ache in my right shoulder and chest for over a decade now. It started back in my taekwondo days during punching drills. It's not crippling, it comes and goes, but sharp enough to steal my attention whenever it shows up. To heal this injury, I have sat in waiting rooms, spoken with doctors, followed physiotherapists, gone through treatments, therapy sessions, and still the pain never really left. It was just there, like a quiet companion I couldn't shake off. Over time, it became this ritual of checking in every time the pain appeared. And in those moments, I can't help but wonder, is it still there? Is it worse? Will it ever go away? This is not some new dramatic injury, it's just there. And here is where it gets interesting. A realization moment happened for me. It didn't land during meditation or some hospital visit. It came in the most ordinary moment, playing chess with my daughter one quiet evening. Sounds random, right? But that's the thing. Sometimes the biggest messages hide in the little ordinary moments if you slow down enough to hear them. I started noticing an unconsciously and self-created loop in real time. So when the pain shows up, I instantly label it as bad. Then my mind starts the countdown. How long will this one last? Then I fantasize about the relief when it's gone. All the while, tension gradually builds up simply because it hasn't gone yet. I am basically fighting the reality that the pain is still there. Do you see the loop? Labeling at first, timing, then fantasizing, then resistance. It's the same cycle I've gone through 1,000 times. But here's the part that shook me. I had never connected it to my trading until that evening. And when it clicked, I realized my brain was running the exact same loop that happens when I am trading. The frustration, the fight, the chase, all wired in the same way. In trading, the pain is often the waiting, and the brain reacts in the same loop. First thing, once a price move happens, I instantly slap a label on it. Good or bad. Then I start waiting for a setup, counting the minutes, counting the candles. This is taking too long. That's usually where the trouble begins. I either jump in early just to end the waiting, or I exit too soon because I can't hold any longer. Then the mind does its trick. It jumps ahead, already picturing the perfect profit. I start watching a movie in my head of how it should move, instead of paying attention to what's actually happening on the chart. And the longer it doesn't happen my way, the tighter I grip. Either I hold on to the trade out of fear, or I hold on to the urge to act. That's the resistance. This is why we enter too early, exit too soon, or overstay in a trade in hope. Sounds familiar, right? Most of us are not trading the chart, we are trading the movie in our head. I call this the clock problem in trading. That invincible countdown running in the background, pushing us into bad entries and rushed exits. And it's dangerous because it makes you trade the time in your head instead of the structure in front of you. This is where intention comes in. You can't just wish this away. You have to train your system deliberately. Here's the good news. This is not about you lacking discipline or being a bad trader. It's not a character flaw. It's not permanent either. It's just a habit. And the best part, habits can be retrained. When you stop blaming yourself for reacting, you give yourself permission to see those reactions as trainable, not shameful. That's when you finally create space to work with them. For me, the shift was huge. I remember sitting in a trade once, heart pounding, knowing my plan said hold, and still closing it early. Before, I'd beat myself up for being weak. Now, I treat it as a rep, like training in the gym. Every time I notice the urge, that's a set. That's practice. And I'll be honest, I'm not speaking from some mountaintop here. I still catch myself in those same old loops. There is no graduation in this game. Not from the market, not from self-work. Most traders don't even realize this dimension exists. They think their fear or impatience means they are broken or undisciplined. But it's not that. It's wiring, and wiring can be changed. You see, the deeper I go into this, the more I realize I am not just becoming a better trader. I'm actually learning who I am. If trading is just something you clock into to make money, then clock out and forget about, you will never truly master it. But when trading becomes part of your life, part of how you breathe, how you respond to challenges, it starts shaping you. And trust me, the market will shape you whether you like it or not. So it's better to be intentional about how it shapes you, because the same pattern you see play out during your trading sessions are the ones you are living with outside of it. And if you don't understand yourself, there is no way you can consistently understand the market. You will keep projecting your fears, your hopes, your timelines straight onto the chart. So let's zoom out for a second and let's talk about pain. Physical pain, emotional pain, whatever it is, it has this way of becoming a teacher. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend mine disappeared. Of course, I still live with it. But the shift happened when I stopped fighting it. The moment I let it be there, life got lighter. And then I started seeing patterns I had been blind to for years, not just in my trading, but in my relationships, my decisions, and even in how I handled life. Maybe for you it's not pain. Maybe it's that routine you hate, or a habit you keep tripping over, or something in your personal life that's been pressing on you for years. That thing, as much as you want to push it away, it's actually trying to show you something about yourself. What changed for me was quite simple. I stopped timing my pain. I breathed through it. I stopped making it the enemy. And here's the crazy part. The pain didn't vanish, but it stopped running my life. That's when I saw the truth. My nervous system had been trying to escape the moment. The same reason I couldn't hold trades with ease. And the moment I stopped fighting my pain was the same moment I stopped fighting the market. That's when clarity started to show up on its own. Because here's the thing. The market, just like your body, rewards patience. Not clock watching, not bargaining, just being there without the tension. Here's what I actually did and what I still practice today. When the pain shows up, instead of fighting it, I started a little routine I now call the drop the clock drill. The whole idea is simple. Stop rushing. Whether in pain or in a trade, I'll just sit with it. Some days it was brutal, sitting in a trade longer than my whole self would have, feeling the tension rise, wanting to bail out, but instead had breathe and stay put. It wasn't easy at first. It felt like torture, but slowly, just letting time pass until something shifted in my body or in the market became freeing. I have written the steps out in a short PDF format. You can grab it in the description below. Keep it close by when you trade. Try it for a few weeks. What you will notice is this. Impatience starts to fade. Holding trades doesn't feel like a fight anymore. And when that happens, trading feels lighter, cleaner, less noisy inside. So here's my challenge to you. Try the drop the clock drill this week, not just in trading but in life. Catch yourself in that loop. I mean, the label, time, fantasy, then resistance loop, and then drop the clock. DM me or drop a comment with what you notice. You might be surprised how much calmer your trading becomes when the clock disappears. And don't forget, the drop the clock PDF is in the description. Use it, train with it, and let me know how it changes your trades. I do hope something here landed with you today. Maybe this resonates with you, maybe it doesn't, but if it plants a seed, even a small one, then I've done my job. And if not, maybe the next episode will. Until then, trade smart, trade consciously.